Hey guys, it's Archon, and I am excited to announce that the day has finally arrived. Blizzard has announced the Diablo 3 expansion, Reaper of Souls, at a press conference at Gamescom today. They've given us a lot of details, not all the details, but a lot of them, and it's pretty exciting. I just want to go over those details with you guys, give you guys my opinion. Let's get started. First of all, it looks like we're just getting one new class. It is possible, of course, that they could announce another one in the future, but it looks like it's just going to be the Crusader. The Crusader is a strength-based class, of course, inspired by the Paladin. He has holy spells, he has melee, and he has some ranged. I was thinking they might do a ranged melee hybrid, but I thought they'd have two classes, of course. He uses a shield. A lot of my viewers guessed that they'd make a shield-based class. I thought they would just make shields more viable for everyone, but it looks like they're making him pretty much he's required to wear a shield. He gets bonus damage from the armor of his shield, so it seems like there's never a reason not to use a shield. And he has a class-specific shield as well as a class-specific weapon called the Flail. His resource is called Wrath, though I'm not exactly sure how it works. There is a 10-minute gameplay video online right now of the Crusader. It looks like someone recorded it with their phone from Gamescom, and it shows him going through the new Act 5, West March, which looks amazing. It looks really cool. I think a lot of people liked Act 1 the most out of the 4 acts, and it looks like Act 1, but I have to say a lot cooler. The storyline seems really cool, even though I'm not really that into storylines, but you can check out the cinematic trailer and the gameplay trailer and the gameplay footage of the Crusader. I'll have all those links in the description. The next feature that was announced was loot runs. Loot runs, it looks like, was put in place of Endless Dungeon. They said they were trying to get Endless Dungeon in there, but didn't know if it would work. Loot runs seems to be taking that place. They're going to be 15 to 20 minute runs, completely random dungeons. Sounds kind of similar to Path of Exile's map system. It's going to have random weather, random enemies, random bosses, and it's going to be multi-tiered, so you can keep going down levels. But again, it's only 15-20 minutes. I would have loved an Endless Dungeon, but I understood there was a lot of problems with Endless Dungeons. This seems like it might be a nice change of pace, at least from just farming the same acts over and over again. More randomness. Something that a lot of us wanted. They also announced something called Nephilim Trials, but they haven't given us any information as to what that is yet, so I imagine we're going to be hearing more about that very soon. They are actually raising the level cap. You'll be able to get up to level 70 instead of level 60. I didn't think they would do this because what this means is a complete economy reset. It means your gear will be almost useless come the expansion. I really didn't think they would do that. I guess if you're not buying the expansion, your gear will still be useful. You can hang out at level 60. However, it seems like the new legendaries are going to probably quickly replace your current gear. I'm not sure what they're doing with the current gear, but they are increasing the level cap. If you have gear right now, it's going to be much less valuable, I would imagine. This is bad for me because I just upgraded my gear thinking they wouldn't raise the level cap. Well, I'm wrong. Level cap's going up to 70. Everyone's getting new skills and new runes as well, so I'm excited to see what those are. We didn't get many announced other than, of course, the new skills for the Crusader. Loot 2.0, we of course knew this was coming, but we got some more information. Josh Mosquera laid out how new items will drop. He says right now, when you're farming, you'll get about 256 white items, 399 blue items, 275 yellow items for every one legendary item you find. He says in the expansion, you'll get 73 white items, 266 blue items, 83 yellow items for every 7 legendaries you find. So a lot more legendaries, a lot less white and yellow items, blue items, a little bit less of. I'm not sure exactly the philosophy there, but lots of legendaries, and these are game-changing legendaries. It seems like almost all the legendaries will change how your character plays. A lot of them are new legendaries, a lot of them are revamped current legendaries. There's some screenshots of some of them online right now, and I think they can drop at every level if they're going along with what they said originally. And I also think it looks like these legendaries are all bind on pickup. All the screenshots show the legendary as account bound. I'm very happy about that. I was hoping they would do that. I love the idea of making the best items in the game bind on pickup. I'm not sure if that is the case, but they do say account bound. I know a lot of people will be upset about that because they like buying and selling items on the auction house, but I really think that's the best way to take the progression away from the auction house and put it into the game. If you want the best items in the game, you have to play the game. I was surprised, however, to see that it looks like they're increasing the legendary drop chance. It seems like if all these legendaries are going to be really good and they're all going to be game changing, then having more legendary drops means that you're going to get really good items really fast. But I guess if they have enough randomness on it, it could work out. But it looks like you're going to have to be farming for your own gear. That might be the idea I'm most excited about. Finally, playing the game will be the most efficient way to gear up your character, and we can stop playing Auction House Simulator. Also, in Loot 2.0, they've enabled this thing called Smart Drops. It seems like it came from the console version, where items that are good for your class are more likely to drop. So if you're playing a strength-based class, you'll get more strength-based items or items that you can use. That seems like a no-brainer. When I read that they were doing that in the console, I was really hoping they'd bring it into the PC version. So awesome. Awesome. We can finally just get loot that's better for us. Marvel Heroes does this idea, and I always thought it was really good there. We also saw something called toughness, and we don't know what toughness is yet. It was just on one of the screenshots. It replaced the armor stat. I'm guessing they might have gotten rid of all res. Then maybe they combine those, because if you think about it right now, all res and armor are the same thing. It just makes it a little overly complicated. I know Diablo 3 isn't that complicated, but I think it does make it a little bit better if they just had one stat there, and then you could have individual resistances if you want to be resistant to certain things. So we'll see if that is what it is. I haven't heard anything about it, but toughness replaced armor on the character sheet. It would appear. The Mystic. They're bringing the Mystic into the game. We pretty much knew this already, but the Mystic is going to be able to transmogrify your items. So if you have an item but you want it to look like another item, you can do that. You don't have to choose Vile Wards because you think they look really cool, even though you have another pair of shoulders that have much better stats. You can just make the better shoulders look like Vile Wards. So that's a cool feature. I'm sure people will like that. And the Mystic can also enchant your items. It allows you to re-roll one affix on a rare or legendary item. I don't know if that means it re-rolls the affix and you get a new affix, or if it re-rolls that affix and you get a new value for the same affix, but you can upgrade your current items. It didn't say if it was going to soulbound your item or not. It says you can do it to rare or legendaries. Legendaries might already be soulbound, but they did say they were leaning towards making it soulbound your items. I would also like it if it was just items you found yourself, but then again, if legendaries are the best items and they're bound to you, it won't matter too much at all. Big changes coming to the Paragon system. Of course, it's going to be account-wide, which they kind of hinted at before. You won't have one Paragon level, but you'll have a Paragon level for your entire account. And there's going to be no cap. No cap to Paragon. You can get it as high as you want. You earn Paragon on any character, and then you use those Paragon levels to apply points to specific characters. I guess every certain amount of Paragon levels, you'll get a point that you can apply to whatever character you want, and those points can give you things like strength, vit, dex, int, movement speed, crit chance, etc. According to Lylira. We don't know all the things they can add, but it looks like they can give you the same things that you can get on items. I'm guessing they're going to get rid of Magic Find and Gold Find on Paragon. They haven't said anything about it yet, but considering that there's no cap on Paragon, I would imagine they would just get rid of that, which I think would be the right choice. They also say if you have 2 Paragon level 100 characters right now, the plan is that you would have 200 Paragon levels in Reaper of Souls, which seems kind of weird. All your normal characters will share a Paragon level, and all your hardcore characters will share a Paragon level. I don't know if it caps at 5, but it seems like it would be worth it to right now just make 10 characters on normal or hardcore, whichever one you're going to play on more, and just start leveling whatever character has the lowest Paragon, because those first 50 Paragon levels are a lot easier than the second 50 Paragon levels, so you might as well just rack up all those Paragon levels. That seems really weird to me, though, that they would just add them up, that they would account that the Paragon levels from 1 to 20 are the same from the Paragon levels as 80 to 100. It seems like maybe they should add up all the experience from Paragon levels and give you that in the new Paragon system. But for right now, just in case they don't change their mind, you might as well start leveling up all your low Paragon level characters, and if you don't have all 10 character slots filled, might as well fill them up and start leveling some level zeros, because that's some easy Paragon levels if they really do just translate that straight to the expansion. And for those of you who are thinking you might not buy the expansion, do not worry. They've said that changes made to the game systems will be available to all Diablo 3 players as a free patch. So it's probably just the new class and the new act and things like that. The actual game system changes you guys will have access to as well. That's all the information I could find about the expansion so far. Unfortunately, we still haven't had mention of a release date. They haven't talked about the ladder system, and they haven't said anything about PvP yet, which means there's probably a lot of information to come. I imagine in the coming days and weeks we'll be getting a lot more information about the expansion. Anything that comes out in the next few days I'll be telling you guys about in the Inferno Friday video this week. Thank you guys for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, please hit that subscribe button, and I'll have another one for you soon.